junior here at ASU studying philosophy, and I'm an undergraduate student government senator representing students in the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. And today I rise up and stand with the thousands of dreamers across the nation and call on Congress, and more specifically my senators John McCain and John Kyle, to vote yes on the DREAM Act when it comes to a vote. In September, many students approached the USG Senate asking us to consider drafting a resolution to support the DREAM Act. And on October 5th, I'm proud to say we did just that. But why? Many students, some non-students as well, have said that in student government we should focus only on issues such as tuition and student fees. Well, I'm here to tell you the DREAM Act is a student issue. And I want to tell you about the story of one of my friends that I met this year while doing work with the DREAM Act Coalition. His name is Julius. As a toddler, he was brought to this country, brought to southern Arizona, where he grew up a child of two worlds. He was raised in a Spanish-speaking home and attended an English-speaking school. When he was 13, he began working with his father as a day laborer to help support the financial needs of his family. At that time, Julius wasn't concerned with being undocumented, nor was he concerned with the kinds of things many teenage Americans have the privilege to be concerned with. Julius was concerned with balancing his commitments to his family by working alongside his father, and with his commitments to his future by continuing his education. He graduated high school, but didn't see college as an option, so he continued to work and support his family. When Julius was 20 years old, the same age that I am now, he suffered a terrible back injury while working on the roof of a model home. Because his family had no health insurance, they did all they could to pay for his medical care, but eventually it was too much, and his bills skyrocketed, they lost their home, and Julius's family found themselves on the street. Now at 23, Julius is back in school and attends Pima Community College as a homeless student. Unable to apply for financial aid because of his immigration status, Julius now spends nearly every hour of daylight working a full-time construction job to pay for his education and spends sleepless nights trying to complete his schoolwork, none of which is made easy by the requirements set by the homeless shelter that he be inside by 7 p.m. every night or spend that night on the street. When I met him, Julius spoke passionately of his dreams and aspirations. Unlike many of his friends who did not complete high school, Julius knows that despite his circumstances, pursuing an education is the only legitimate path that he can follow in order to improve his life and the lives of his loved ones. Julius doesn't see himself as a role model, but I do. We in the ASU Undergraduate Student Government passed Senate Bill 27 on October 5th, 2010 for the Juliuses of Arizona and throughout the nation. We recognize that any one of us could have been, and in fact many of us are, the Juliuses of this state and of this nation. I personally recognize that the only reason my life story is so different from that of Julius is due to the undeserved luck of the lottery of birth. Just as he did nothing to deserve his rough and unfortunate circumstances, I myself have done nothing to deserve the privileged and relatively carefree upbringing that I have enjoyed. Why then should I enjoy the generous scholarships and grants that I do, while the Juliuses out there can barely scrape by? I support the DREAM Act because it is the morally right thing to do. Too many of my peers in Arizona and throughout this nation live in fear of being kicked out of the only homeland they've ever known. They live in fear of being deported from the very country that since 1958, when then-Senator John F. Kennedy coined the phrase, has been known, ironically, as a nation of immigrants. As things now stand, after dreamers graduate, they are denied the American privilege of giving back to their country, this country, because they cannot seek open employment. As a member of the Undergraduate Student Government Senate, I call upon the 111th Congress and Senator McCain, who has supported and in fact championed the DREAM Act in the past, to pass the DREAM Act this session. Senator McCain, we ask nothing more and nothing less of you than we expect of ourselves here in ASU's undergraduate student government. That is to say, we ask that service to your people trump service to your politics. Although we are hopeful that you will stand with us based on your past support of the DREAM Act, many of us have our reservations. Senator McCain, we dare you to prove us wrong. Vote yes, support the DREAM Act.